middle school principal dug deeper when boy refused to take his hat off in class. Written and read by Alyssa Forsberg. One middle school principal helped out a student that was feeling insecure after a recent haircut. This is one heartwarming story that will remind you just how much some people do in our schools to make students feel loved and cared for. Jason Smith is the principal at Stony Brook Intermediate and Middle School in Warren Township, Indiana. Recently, an 8th grader was sent to his office for refusing to take his hat off in the classroom. I sat down with him and asked him why and what was going on. He said he just got his haircut and didn't like the way it looked, Jason said. He thought his hairline looked a little funny. That is when Jason told the student that he would fix up the student's haircut if he agreed to go back to class when he was done. The student agreed to the proposal. I've been cutting hair most of my life. I played college basketball, cut my teammates' hair before games, and I've been cutting my son's hair for 17 years, shared Jason. So I had professional clippers and edgers at home. So I said, if I go home and get my clippers and line you up, will you go back to class? He said, yeah, I will. Jason continued in an interview, sharing how he knows how important self-confidence is for students and having pride in how you look. That age is a time where peer acceptance is huge. So for a young man, especially an African-American young man, the barbershop is a big deal in the community. Looking good and representing and presenting yourself is huge for kids. The story about this principal helping out the student was posted on Facebook, and it resonated with people and went viral. But Principal Smith doesn't think that he went above and beyond his role in any way. He feels like this was just part of his job to help students and solve problems at the school instead of making them worse. We're not disciplining with a hard fist, Jason shared. You could call and have the parent pick up the kid for defiance, or you can sit and get to the root of the problem and see, what can I do to help you? What do you need right now? God bless this school principal and his servant-minded heart. Wife's funny obituary for husband goes viral for all the right reasons. Written by Mel Johnson. Read by Alyssa Forsberg. Crystal Sauser's funny obituary goes viral after she honors her late husband, Eric Sauser, with the type of humor she knew he'd appreciate. Doctors diagnosed Omaha man Eric Sauser with leukemia in April of 2019. The man who never got sick was suddenly fighting for his life. And when treatments failed, he ultimately found his healing in heaven. Eric left behind his wife of 13 years, Crystal, and their 3 children, Amelia, 11, Violet, 9, and Benjamin, 5. And when it came time to write an obituary for her beloved husband, Crystal didn't know where to begin. Unable to find any suitable templates, the task fell solely on her. If they want an obituary, I'm going to give them the obituary of a lifetime, she decided. And once Crystal's words hit Twitter, Eric's heartfelt and funny obituary goes viral. A somber, traditional obituary simply wouldn't do for a man so full of life. And so, Crystal penned a lovingly funny obituary that ended up going viral. While the family is devastated by the loss, Crystal made sure her words truly celebrated her husband's life rather than mourned his death. Eric never wanted pity. We kind of maintained that in writing the obituary, she explained. Crystal ran the obituary in an Omaha newspaper. In it, she announced the death of Eric A. Sauser, aka Superdad, aka Easy, just a rockin' dude from Omaha, Nebraska, explaining that, we are not positive, but we think the cause of death was either leukemia or more likely being dead sexy. She shared a bit about her good-natured husband and how he loved in this order his smoking hot wife, his brilliant kids and family, his many friends, the Boston Red Sox, the Kansas City Chiefs, before being a Chiefs fan was cool, the Huskers, Liverpool football, QT iced tea, Adidas sneakers, fishing, backpacking, hiking, hunting, and any old Chevy he saw on the road. No one knew the funny obituary would go viral. But after the newspaper shared a copy of it on Twitter, Folks from all over the world read the humorous but sincere words Crystal wrote about her late husband, and it resonated deeply. Crystal Sauser's obituary hit home because it makes you laugh and cry at the same time. While Eric Sauser's life may have been cut short, you can tell he lived it well. His loved ones recall that in addition to a vibrant, fun-loving personality, Eric also had a heart for helping others. Eric's servant attitude and the way he wanted to help, he thrived on that, his wife says. Crystal says Eric was a devoted husband and his children were his whole world. He would just beam when he'd be around them, Eric's sister, Jessica Sauser, said. Crystal didn't know the funny obituary would go viral, but once it did, strangers from all over started reacting to her husband's remembrance. "I didn't know this man, but I wish I would have," one person wrote. "Not often an obituary brightens my morning," another added. Crystal can't help but suspect her husband would be pleased with her funny obituary going viral, though maybe a little red in the face over some of the things she included. "He's completely embarrassed by me saying things in the obituary like, 'He's dead sexy,' but he would be so happy that he wasn't cookie cutter," she said. And with all of the positive messages pouring in from strangers, Crystal takes comfort in knowing her husband's legacy has impacted so many. "He would be happy that this story is generating inspiration and love," Crystal explained. "If there's anything Eric and I can do, it's send some love out there. So you have now sorrow, but I will see you again, and your hearts will be glad, and no one will take away your joy." John 16:22.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.